Hello, everyone. This is Maya Zahira with PsychicProtectionSanctuary.com. And this is one of my new Ask Maya segments. So I'm going to be answering one of your questions that was posted in the group. Today's date is July 16th, 2025. And this is going to be kind of a quick one. I'm going to read the question. This was posted by Lily. And Lily says, "Great info, Maya. I would like to ask something. I do not use Saint Germain." Just on a little side note, Saint Germain is an entity that is very, very popular in New Age. A lot of people work with Saint Germain. She says, "I do not use Saint Germain, but I would like you to clarify, is the violet flame itself that is used in New Age to cleanse oneself and used in healing visualization, is that false light? If so, does one just use white light? Thank you." So thank you for that wonderful question, Lily. So I'm going to be pretty concise for once with my answers here. And I'm just going to clarify first for anyone who hasn't been following my work for a while, that it is my psychic opinion as someone who specializes in false light and false light entities. It is my professional opinion that there is no actual real Saint Germain communicating with anyone on the planet right now. I know this is not what Lily asked, but this is important to say. A lot of people are channeling messages from something that is calling itself Saint Germain. And what people are dealing with is a lot of different false light entities. So one person might have one false light entity attachment that is regularly pretending to be Saint Germain. Another person somewhere else has a different false light entity that is pretending to be Saint Germain. So it's not all the same false light entity. This is just a favorite that trickster entities like to pretend to be Saint Germain. And I'm telling you that there is no actual being Saint Germain. The real Saint Germain is not communicating with the planet at all right now. So I have bad news for you. If you think that your spirit guide is Saint Germain, you're actually dealing with a false light entity. A false light entity is any negative spiritual being that is pretending to be a being of light. It could be a demon, it could be a jinn, it could be an evil spirit, or something else dark that is pretending to be of the light. And this is so common. False light entities are so common that I'm literally writing a book just on that topic. I'm on chapter 9, and there are 10 chapters I'm almost done writing. So it's definitely going to be out in early fall. So stay tuned for that. Lily's question, however, she was saying she doesn't work with Saint Germain. She wants to know, a lot of people who work with Saint Germain talk about how the Saint Germain recommends that you work with something called the violet flame for transmuting negative energies, for healing, etc. And here's my brief answer. It's that I would not recommend using a violet flame in your healing, energy healing, meditation work. However, there is nothing wrong with using the color violet. It's the idea of the violet flame, though, that's more of an issue. So violet, and I love using different color light in visualizations, meditations, and healing. And you can use violet, you can use green for healing. You can even do a Google search for the phrase spiritual meaning of, and then fill in the blank with a certain color. and then you can get ideas. Or spiritual meaning of all colors, or like however you want to Google it and get a list of colors to give you some ideas on how you can incorporate using different colored light, visualizing different colored light in your healing. And it was an accident that I wore violet today, by the way. That was totally an accident. So I hope you like the violet that I'm wearing. There's nothing false light or bad or evil about the color violet. It is simply one of the colors. But I would not use the concept of the violet flame, because the concept of the violet flame came through false light channeling. People who were channeling false light entities, the false light entities said, work with the violet flame. So I would not follow any advice that a false light entity gives you. Finally, Lily says, should I just use white light? Well, here's an important thing that a lot of people don't realize, is that this popular idea of visualizing white light is very popular in New Age. Visualizing white light actually attracts false light entities. I do not recommend visualizing white light. Every once in a while, I'll use a little bit of white light in my visualizations, but most of the time, I would recommend using golden light or golden white light. That is not going to attract false light entities. It's more of a divine frequency that's very protective. So if you want to have like a go-to general color, you could go for golden light or golden white light. Okay, so I hope you find this useful. I will be doing at least one Ask Maya segment video like this every month. So I will choose the question. I'll choose a question that is posted on one of my videos. So this is because I want to encourage you to watch any videos, new, old, and post a question, and I'll either answer it right there or I'll do a video like this. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you would like more information, you can find a lot more and get some free gifts at psychicprotectionsanctuary.com. Thanks a lot. See you next time.